So I'm Rhonda, and I'm from LA, and it is my third time here. And the first time I came was in April last year, and the second time was in January this year, and today, or yesterday actually. And the profound difference that I've seen in what's happening here is like unreal. There's like a city coming alive, and there are all these like sweet, lovely people running around with like crazy hair colors and like tattoos and having a really great time. And I love it. So it's been an interesting exploration to come here and like get in touch with interesting and creative parts of myself, because most of the time I spend my time running around being very proper and very business and getting really stressed out and trying to figure out how I'm going to make money, how I'm going to make beautiful things, how are we going to build technologies, make people happy, and all those kinds of things. So it's nice to come here and just like explore for a couple of days and be in the middle of the desert, which I really love. So when Amanda asked me, or the team asked me if I would come and speak, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I have to say. So I got to think about that for a while. And when I started thinking about what I do in the world and what my team does in the world, we're a very small team, we actually do some really incredible things. So what I decided that I wanted to share with you was how creativity operates and functions in my life and kind of my story as it's unfolded, because it's been a really long journey. And then also talk about what it is that I do a little bit and how we create our vision for what we want to create in our business, and how intentionality and the words that we speak come into reality. So it's a really cool thing, and I'm just now discovering it, so I'm very excited to share it with you. So I started out, I grew up in Oklahoma and Arkansas, and I like made mud pies and climbed trees, and I was an athlete and a tomboy, and at 10, I was playing junior Olympic softball, pitching, being like really fabulous, chewing on sunflower seeds and spitting them on the ground. I thought I was really cool, but I was a really great pitcher, so it was fine. And then I went, and then as I got older, I also did ballet and competitive gymnastics in there. I was busy all year. And as I got older, I kind of got a little bored and burnout with team sports. And so I thought, well, I want to do something on my own. So I started running cross country. And that was fun and super difficult. And then when I was in college, I thought I would swim and I would do triathlons and ride a bike and all this crazy stuff. So that was a great adventure. So that's kind of my story as an athlete, and that continues and is alive and well in my life today, and I feel really self-expressed in myself in that way. And when I never really had a vision for what I wanted to do. So when I went to college, if I signed up as a geology major, no one else was in line to be a geology major. So if I did that, I could sign up immediately for all the classes that I wanted with no competition. So I was like, I'm a geology major, this is great. So I did that for like, I did that for a year and a half, and then I hit a wall when I realized that so much of what I was studying was really like a theory, and there were theories that I just couldn't buy into. So I was like, oh, I can't do this. And then I was like, oh yeah, I just did this to sign up for my classes anyway. So I took this film class, and the instructor for the film class was super inspired and super excited about films, and he'd probably watched them all 1,000 times, and the man just exuded joy and pleasure at what he was able to share with all of his students. And it was like this moment, I was like, I want to be an art history major. Okay, but I told myself I couldn't do that, so I did it anyway. And at the school that I went to, you had to take a lot of studio classes, and in order to be an art history major. And if you were a studio major, you had to take art history classes. So it's great for me because I also thought I'm not an artist. So I signed up for my art history classes, and I was amazing. It's like A's, 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 like #1 in my classes. It was super great. And then I went to my studio classes, and I was like, oh God, I really suck at this. Like, what if they all know? Like, I'm an imposter in this world. So I just did it. I was like, I really got to prove everyone wrong and myself wrong here. I can make something amazing. Like, I'm totally meant to be here. So I took on my studio classes, and I actually had a really great time, and I made a lot of beautiful things. And I started exploring drawing and printmaking, and I actually lived in a printmaking studio for 3 years, so it became my passion. And I found that what I really loved was process. And so the thing that I discovered about myself that has carried on to this day is that I love things that have a process and have to be built. So I'm a nerd. And and I think that I'll just sort of fast forward a little bit into like my life now, and what I've done over the last 10 to 15 years is I've worked a lot in business, and I've built businesses, I've grown businesses, I've worked for other people in their business, I've built technologies and done global projects to like tie technologies and people together, and it was really fun. And then I quit my job, and then I was like, what am I going to do? But what I discovered was that my world makes perfect sense in an Excel spreadsheet, and I feel also fully self-expressed in that. And my world makes perfect sense when I'm sitting with my business partner and my team, coming up with concepts for our clients, for how are they going to tell the story of what it is that they do, how are we going to engage people in their world and get them to raise money, impact more people, and change the world. And I'll tell you about what a lot of our clients do, so you'll see how we change the world in a minute. I also feel fully self-expressed when I get to talk about data and how are we going to build a database and what technology we're going to use to build this platform. And oh shit, we don't know how this thing isn't inherent to what we're building. Now we have to go out and we have to build a custom app. I feel like amazing when I get to have those conversations and I get to talk about that with my clients, and I get to demystify their very complicated world in terms and language that they understand. Because they're like, oh my God, you understand me, you understand my world, and you understand what I want. And it's like the most magical thing to connect with people in that way. So my business is a design and development agency, for lack of a better word. We're super tiny. And I think that what we do is really special because people seek us out for really spectacular design and also executing on some platforms and technologies that they really need to do the things that they do. So we are high value, and we are in limited quantity, I would say. So to me, it feels like magic, and it feels very special. So we started working a year and a half ago, very haphazardly, for a client who wanted us to build them a website on a platform that I won't get into. And we thought, no problem, we're total geniuses here, we can handle this, like we'll give you whatever you want. And many of you I know work in technology, and you get that when you say something like that, you just stick your foot in it. Because this product has a very complex database on the back end, which means we have complications and just limitations that we actually know nothing about because we didn't know the platform. But we had a really good time working on it, and all the things that we promised that we could do, we actually figured out how to do. So it was a crash course in this platform and like hacking it up. And so we created the product, the company contacted us and they said, who are you? And we said, oh, hi, we're Magic+Logic. Did we do something bad? And they said, no, why don't you come meet with us? Because they're based in downtown Los Angeles. And so we met with them, and it changed and transformed our business. So we started working with them, and we started working with their clients. So their clients, who are now many of our clients, are passionate people who are creating movements in the world. They are politicians. They are, I don't know, they're activists, for lack of a better word. And we had very flippantly had these conversations internally, my business partner and I, who are total opposites and best friends, and I don't know, we're like two peas in a pod, I guess. We'd had these conversations that we are not people who do good in the world. Like, we have to be honest about ourselves. We're not do-gooders. We're not like creating some nonprofit, blah, blah, blah. No. That is not who we are. We're so clear about that, and we were like, are we bad people? I don't know. And we decided that what if instead of us being like the do-gooders, we actually just ended up being people who took ideas and visions and brought them to life in a world that we understand. So we take people's really cool ideas and their missions and their visions, and we put them in the realm of the web, and we work with them, their businesses too. I mean, I've worked in business and finance for a long time and operations, so I can like have those conversations with them. And we really try to help them spread their message, fundraise, and grow their world as much as possible. So we realized last week, actually, in a conversation, that now people seek us out, so it's been really cool. And I said, oh my God, I think that we have become the thing that we had a really flippant conversation about, like, I don't know, like 8 months ago or something. And we just kind of sat there with it, and we realized that we kind of have. Because we say no to a lot of clients that we would have said yes to in the past because we want to take on these opportunities. And it's really fun and it's really special when our clients cry when we present our design concepts to them, because we have taken their ideas and all the things that they've worked so hard and passionately on, and we've put it into a format that they could have never fathomed. And we do it like so easily, and it's so much fun. So it's been really great. And the thing that really struck me about our creative process, and I've done a lot of education around this too, I should just tell you, is that I realized there is this incredible and unbelievable power that we have when we speak something into the world. So now I'm getting, at 37 years old, my secret's out, that we are superhumans when we say, I think I want that thing, I wonder if I could do that. And then we go after it, and it appears. And so in all the things that I've shared with you, I didn't really have a path to get there, and I didn't even really think I would end up half the places I've ended up. But I always thought, I think I want to do that. And I made that thing happen. And that's what we're noticing in our business, and our really frustrated, stressed out, hard conversations that we have, and even our arguments, is that we keep putting these things out there that we really want. And slowly but surely, like, we gravitate toward them, or they gravitate toward us. And so I'm really committing myself to considering the intentions that I set around the things that I want to create in the world. And I'm considering the words that I use around the things that I want to build and what I want to grow and what I want to put my time and energy into. Because I am super connected to the fact that when I say it, it can be reality. So I have all of us, I think, we have to honor ourselves and honor the world that we live in, and constantly challenge ourselves to create something a little bit better or exceptionally better, because whichever thing you choose at any given moment, you can have it, and it's part of your creative process and how you choose to live your life. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you.